Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me today and my channel, The Evergreen Forest. My name's Jen, and as you may or may not know, I do not plan out any of my videos. I just got an Amazon order, so I wanted to share with you, and then I wanted to do Leisha's from Binky's and Blinky's nursery, her questions and answers. I've been wanting to do this since day one when she first uploaded it. It seems like fun. I didn't really go over like study the questions. I just pulled them up on my tablet so I can go over them real quick with you guys. Yeah, I didn't even study for them. So a little bit of news before I show you a few things. I did have my last day of school was yesterday, so it's my first day of official vacation. Let's bring this little baby over here. My first day of a full day of vacation. So, and yesterday I had my interview for the lead position to be lead lunch lady at the elementary school that I work at. So yeah, I was unofficially hired. I had to do a freaking test and then a face-to-face interview with my manager and my director. All while the chaos of ending school was happening, and yeah, so I had to try and focus on that and answer their questions. And well, before my manager got there, my boss handed me the test. She let me do the test, so I went in the office real quick, and they wouldn't tell me anything about the test. My lead at the time, she was like, I just remember this question, and I this and this, and not too much, like how many cups in a quart and how many quarts in a gallon, that kind of stuff. So I already knew that. So I went through those questions really quick, and I felt pretty confident, although my head was like spinning, and I felt like I was gonna pass out, and my brain would not work on to word things how I wanted them word correctly. Like I had just put in a full 5-hour day of cleaning and kicking ass, getting the kitchen cleaned up and battened down for summer and stuff like that. So, and it was fair. It wasn't too hot, luckily, but it's still stuffy in there. And then I'm doing this test, and my anxiety and my blood pressure is really high, and I was like, ooh, feeling a little dizzy, but I just did I know it's all basically formalities. I didn't think they had anybody interested in the job. When I was doing my sit down interview, I was like, they're like, why are you interested? And I told them, and then besides nobody else is interested. And then they said, well, actually somebody is, and they are, we could hire them at any, but between you already having experience, blah, blah, blah. So basically at the, the end of my questions, excuse me, hold on. Sorry, blah, 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 like you really care anyways. But the end of, what was I saying? Anyways, so yeah, I did the interview. Oh, and at the end of that, the interview, I think there was 10 questions for the interview, basically. They said I was unofficially hired, and it just had to go through HR, and then I would hear from them on email. So basically, I am hired, and I will be the lunch lady next year. They want to know what hours I wanted to work, how many hours I wanted to help her there with me. So yeah, I had already put the kitchen away how I wanted it to be for next year. There's a few things I'll tweak when we start up next year, next school year, of course, in September. I'm even going in August. We have a thing called Jumpstart where the new kindergartners come in and for a day, or maybe it's like 3 days. Now that I'm thinking about it, 3 or 4 days they come in and get the lay of the land and learn how to do things, and then so I'll be there to cook for them. Hey, did you notice my new nails? um Anyways, ADHD. So yeah, I'll be going in the end of August for those few days, August 20th to the 22nd or something like that, so maybe 3 days, to go in and cook for them, and then I can do a little bit of whatever in the kitchen too if I want to. So anyways, yeah, I am excited about that. I really wish the school had air conditioning, because in the summertime, I mean in the hot days, generally in the summertime, which we had like a couple handfuls of those days where, I mean, once the kitchen gets hot, it stays hot. And especially working, I was the dishwasher basically, the helper, and doing the dishes. It's super super hot in because the water has to get to 180, yeah, 180 degrees. And then on this, then this room is small with no airflow, a real weak vent. But yeah, so hot in there, and surprisingly I didn't lose a whole lot of weight, but I like to eat. So but I am on a hula hoop challenge for myself to hula hoop every day for the next 60 days or so. So if you want to check that out, I'm over on TikTok under, I think, the Evergreen Forest as well. So if you want to happen to watch me hula hoop to very random songs that I like, or just happen to come on my Google machine. So I'll be doing that. So yeah, maybe I'll, who cares? But anyways, I did cut my hair. I think I want to cut it into a bob, that way I don't have to like pull it back for work. And yeah, I did my nails for the summer. This is my second set. I did a set of hot pink shorter coffin cut style nails. But yeah, I did these. They are like peachy pink, and then there's a purple French tip on every other one, and then the other ones have white and pink flowers and maybe purple flowers on them. So I did every other one. Yeah, and I'm loving those. Those are fun, and like from far away or just moving around, they just looks like a real natural French tip. So fun for that. And these are just the press on ones, which the first set that I did, they lasted me I put them on Friday evening, and then so they lasted me all weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then I had to go to work Monday, Tuesday, and I was still cleaning, doing my full job plus cleaning a bunch of stuff, getting ready for close down. And so the other set actually lasted me through those 2 work days, and then on Wednesday they ended up all coming off because I was like using degreaser and stuff like that, and I didn't have gloves on. So yeah, I ended up losing them, but I wanted to change to my new longer, prettier set and this rounded cut. So so those are these. This is the brand. They're just, if you want any of the links, let me know and I'll send them to you from Amazon. I think if I can figure that. But these are the first set that I had on. Trying to move this out of the way. Well, just show you. It's got the glue tabs on the front. But yeah, I just used those glue tabs for them. But yeah, this was the first set, and they lasted me like 3.5 days. And then I have 2 others. I did get liquid nail glue, but I'm having fun just like changing these up too. So like having them for a few days, maybe these will last me a week since I'm not really doing a whole lot. And they're strong and they like fit my nails perfect. I think I had to file one. I think one of my thumbnails is bigger than the other. Anyways, you guys don't want to talk about fingernails when we're here really for dolls. I like this set too. This is like an in-between of what I have, the 2 sets that I showed you with the flowers and the hot pink. These are the coffin cut ones. Or no, these ones are rounded as well, I think. Hold on. Yeah, these ones are rounded as well. And this is actually this way that's the brand right there, I guess. And then I have these ones. They're a little bit lighter pink, but still kind of a hot summer pink. And these are the coffin style in this brand, which I haven't used, but I did use this coffin style in that brand, and I did like those. I didn't have to file those. These ones had a little bit of plastic in the ends, and I just took a regular nail file. They do come with nail files, but I have my own, and I just, you know, filed them up a little bit, so they're like super, and they're fun. They're strong. They don't feel real thin or weak, but they were all under like $7. I think I didn't pay more than $7 for. So like probably $5.99 to $7.99 for whatever pairs that I got. And then the glue was like that glue was $1.99. I haven't even used it yet. So look at her outfit. Isn't it so cute? This one is Posh Peanut, I believe. And this one is that super soft material. Oh my goodness, I love her so much. Yeah, I don't have a name for her. Okay, so what I also wanted to show you these miniatures that I got. These are the Micro Toy Box Series 1, and then there's these little tiny toys. They're all different scales. That one on the top is a little handheld video game. I wanted the football one, but ended up getting the basketball. But it's fine. I can keep trying. There's there's 6 toys up here, and then there's 4 surprise ones down below. So I should open those real quick. That's why I was saving. I didn't want to open them so I could show you guys. And then I also when I bought this, I also purchased a little mini toy store set, so I can like display all the little toys that I get from this brand, and then the not the micro minis, the mini brands, the Zuri mini brands toys, and I have it all set up. And so there's like, ow, my legs just fall asleep. Like a mix of the 2 toys, and they're like, you know, similar in scale too. So that's fun. I may grab that and show you, or flip you around and show you. Hold on. So let's open this up. This one came with a Fisher-Price fire truck. It came with that baseball game I told you. It has a gun. I don't know if it's like a Nerf gun or what kind of gun it is. Maybe just a toy gun. Because then there's this other gun that is I think it's Nerf brand. Yeah, Nerf brand too. So I don't know about the other gun, but there's 2 guns. I don't like guns. There's 2 guns in here. One is a Nerf gun, and yeah, there's a blue one up here that I do not, if there's a brand or whatever. So there's the little Fisher-Price. My kids had that toy, Fisher-Price fire truck. And then there's that handheld game. This is the basketball. But I remember playing the football and maybe even the baseball. Yeah, the football and the baseball one at my uncle's house. And then it has Uno. I loved playing Uno. That was like one of my most favorite card games. I can actually take these out. Here, let me figure this out. So, Uno. Oh, it's kind of heavy. I like that. It's nice, nice quality. So, there might be. Oh, this is all plastic. Maybe, yeah, plastic with, sticker on it. So it's not a little bit, not as, delicate as just like the paper boxes, you know. And then it came with a little red sand bucket and yellow shovel. Super cute. This might work for the dollhouse I know for sure. Actually, this will work for the dollhouse. I have a little kids room, and they have toys. I wish the ladder would move up and down, but it's got the little people fire dog. He turns just a little bit. He doesn't come out, but he turns just a little bit. He's driving that truck. He's so cute. Okay, 16 minutes. That's not too bad. So I'll show you a couple of the other toys close up. Here's the which way does this go? This is the basketball. Where's my camera? Handheld basketball game. Here is the gun. I don't know. It's gun. I was not too much into guns. Nerf guns are fun. I remember I had this, you know, those suction darts guns I got for the boys when they were younger. And one night when I have my kids, me and my boyfriend, we were, you know, drinking a little bit, and we played darts. That was so fun. Oh my God. So then there's a the Nerf blaster. It's called the Maverick or something like that. Something like that. I can't see. They're so tiny. So that'll go cool in my little toy shop. So then here are these packaged ones. It looks like it has the paperwork that go. There's a couple stickers, I think, that came with it. I got some more of these that came with the toy shop. So, stickers. There is a checklist, and then a collect 'em all checklist, I guess. I don't know. Let's get straight into the toys. These are fun. So there are 4 of the surprise ones. This is nice. Do something or something. Oh, here's the nail packet. This is all of them together. So yeah, it goes with the nails. Let's open these. Let's see what we got. Okay. Oh, there's a little tab to help open it. Da-da-da. It is another Hot Wheel. And I believe it's, yeah, the first one I got is purple. I'm pretty sure. So I got another Hot Wheels car. It's a little blue racer. That's super cute. I loved playing Hot Wheels with my brother. Man, we would divvy up the Hot Wheels. We would line them all up, and then like somebody would get to go first, and then it would be the other person's turn, and back and forth, and then so we made it fair, and it was like so much fun to like play cars. I love that. Bringing back memories. Love playing Matchbox and Hot Wheels. I loved both of those. Alicia, I know you do too. I heard you say that. Oh, I got another Duncan yo-yo. I have the blue one. So here is the red one. Oh, so cute. It does, I think it says Duncan Imperial or something like that. Yeah, super cute. There's just, it's just all hard plastic. Doesn't work. It's not really, it doesn't really have a string. It's just for show. So I'm not sure if you can actually read that. It's the lighting in here. My camera sucks, of course. So there is 2. So let's do 2 more. Dun, dun, dun. This feels like Tinker Toy. Oh, Lincoln Logs. How cool. Of course, these don't open. It's just like a solid plastic wrapping. So Tinker Toys. These will go in my doll. These could go in my dollhouse too. It's like a perfect size, I think, for the little kids. Yeah, they do come. They come in all different like scales, you know. So, and then, all right, and then after this one, I'll do Alicia's questions. I guess I should have been doing them in between here. So, you know what? I think this is like the most elusive one. I think I read. It's the 8-ball, the magic 8-ball. Woohoo! I wish it really worked. It'd be so cool if it did. But that's neat to get. Yeah, my cousins had that, and my cousins had a lot of toys. But we had a lot of toys too. And you know what? My cousin told me she was jealous of my dollhouse that I had. That my dad built me for the Littles, Mattel Littles dollhouse set that my dad made me a dollhouse for. And yeah, so I made my own dollhouse for, and I rebought all the dolls and sets that I had, and a few extras that I did not have. So you know, it's pretty neat. There's like this one elusive item for the Littles. It's the armoire, and I think there may be one for sale on eBay, and they want $199 plus shipping. Yeah, I am definitely not I didn't even play with the dollhouse. I barely even look at it. It usually hides in my closet, usually hides in my closet in a plastic bag as to not get dusty, but now I have pulled it out because I'm going to be working on the roof. I haven't finished the roofing, so I have a little bit more material. So I'm going to put some stain on those, and this is not going to be nearly enough. I'll probably need like 2 or 3 more bags of these to finish that up. So let's start with the questions. Let me take a sip of my coffee real quick. I should grab another baby so we can hold another babies. Oh, here's this guy. He'll come and sit with me. He's got his little, this is the copper pearl gown called Timber. It's got all these animals all over it. Super cute. And then I did get the bow that matches it. So I could put it on a girl. He's not a girl, but yeah, got the bow to match, so I could put in. Maybe I'll eventually get another one of these. Okay, so number 1, what is your name and the name of your channel? So my name is Jennifer. You can call me Jen. You can call me whatever you want, really. And the name of my channel is The Evergreen Forest. How long have you had your doll YouTube channel? My doll YouTube channel is the same as my hula hoop channel, but I just transferred over after many of years of not being here. And then I started a couple of years ago, I think it was. And then I did, I don't know, a couple handfuls of videos. I deleted some. There's a couple, maybe 1 or 2 there from when I started. So yeah, I guess a couple years ago, and then I took a long break. I don't know, you know how things are. So, and I'm back, and I'm kind of comfortable, so maybe I'll stay around a little bit longer, but we'll see, with my new job and all, how we can manage all this. But I do like hanging out with you all. You guys are all so cool and friendly and nice and inviting and caring and supportive, and yeah, just like all around loving. All of you that I've like come in contact with, definitely definitely worth being here. You guys definitely make it worth being here. So okay, number two was how long? So 2 years or so. And okay, we'll get to the next one. How long have you been collecting dolls, and what was your first doll? Do you still have your first doll? Collecting dolls, I don't know. I just, as of recently, I guess, we'd say collecting these dolls, because I never really collected dolls. I wasn't really allowed to, I guess. Didn't have the money to. I wasn't afforded to. Plus, I was really a minimalist, like due to my mom being so tidy and stuff. And we always had yard sales, and I remember selling off my Barbies, when I was like 12 years old. But I always had my Cabbage Patch, and I still had them up until I got married, and even had my third kid, which was my daughter, and passed them on to her. Me and her dad split up, and he ended up with the kids. So all her stuff, I thought like the dolls were gone, because he had a lot of yard sales too. Sold off a lot of stuff that we had acquired together. But thankfully she had kept the Cabbage Patches, so I was actually able to get 3 of my Cabbage Patches back. I got those back like 10 years ago, but I ended up like purging those too, and they went in a yard sale up at my neighbor's to help him out. So I do not have my first doll. I repurchased a doll that was my similar to my first Cabbage Patch. But as far as my first doll, no, I do remember this one doll I had when I was really little, and going through all the Dolly posts, like what do you call those? When I'm scrolling through looking for dolls, like on Amazon, eBay, and the Goodwill. Couldn't get it out. All the old dolls, I have not came across any that resemble the one that I do remember, her long brown hair, and I think she had like a navy blue outfit. I think it wasn't removable or anything like that. So it was one of those like younger girl dolls. And I think it was navy blue, and it had like tiny little flowers all over it. But that's as far as I can remember about her. I don't even know if like I'm sure she had a solid like vinyl head, because and I don't know, maybe she didn't. But she had long like corn silk hair, and I loved her hair. But I haven't came across her, so I don't even know what she was. And I have repurchased a few. I guess one doll that I had, and I repurchased a few of the other Cabbage Patches that I did have, but I ended up not keeping those. So, yeah, don't have my first doll. That was a long answer to not even really an answer to that question. Sorry. So number 4, what style of collector are you? Interactive or admire, or a mix of something else? So, well, I just, I like playing with the dolls. I like holding them every once in a while when I feel the need. I like looking at them, so mostly they are display. And then I paint dolls. I love painting dolls. That is so much fun. But I am in a little slump. I just want to take a break for a little while. Don't really feel like I'm progressing. Which, when I used to do hula hooping and learning tricks and stuff like that. But I didn't feel like I was progressing. I'd like just take a break from it all. And then when I came back to it, I felt like I was able to accomplish what I had couldn't before because, like, I don't know, I guess gave myself a break. My brain worked on it, I guess. And then I come back and then I'm able to do it again, even better. So maybe with painting, I will be able to come back and like see better, know what I'm doing better. Maybe my brain in the back somewhere is working on it. I don't know. I'm so strange. But, anyways, so yeah, I like to paint the dolls too. So that's kind of how my collection is. So I have a collection of blank vinyl kits over there. So I'm kind of a hoarder collector too, because I do have quite, not nearly as many as some people, but I'm probably like in the mid range of a lot of dolls. You know, I don't have few and I don't have tons. I'm like in the middle. From right here where I can see, there's 369. 369. Okay, 369. 15, 25, or maybe 30 dolls, or a few more that I have in my little tiny 8x10 bedroom here, our little nursery. So yeah, I don't know if that was an answer to anything. Let's go see. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I guess I'm just telling you, blabbing about nothingness. Okay, so collector am I? I collect the vinyl dolls to paint, and then I collect the babies I like to collect. So that's what I do. And I like to look at them, play with them. I like a very soft varnish on my babies. I do not like that rough. So I put a very thin varnish on like the babies that I'm going to keep, because I like a soft baby. So yeah, so sweet. Okay, let's go before my tablet closes out. Who is your dream doll? Nino. Nino has been my dream doll for a long time. Sure, I never thought I would actually have a dream doll, but that was. I did want a baby with Down syndrome or a dwarf baby, and then I got Patience, and like the Patience I got, she really was like, she was so beautiful though. But I just didn't. I wasn't really impressed with her. So but I like the dwarf baby Nino. Nino? Yeah. I think that's who it is. I think that's who it is. Yeah, Nino. The little dwarf baby. So he is my dream baby. So what is your favorite way to play with your dolls? Well, I think that's basically what I explained in that ramblingness of there. So yeah, so like I like to look at them and dress them, pet the little butts. I like the way I weigh my babies. They're not too heavy and they're not too light. And like this one, he's a little bit more, I can feel the weights back here, but he's like real nice and squishy. So I like to cuddle with my babies every once in a while. Mostly they just sit there. So, but I do have my bassinet is right next to my chair, so I have my fits 4 little babies in there. It's a cute little compact bassinet. I did notice there was a little burn. I don't know how the burn happened. Maybe it was probably, but you can feel like metal piece behind it, so it might be rubbing from the bassinet, the movement of the bassinet. Do I take my dolls out? Well, I've taken them to work quite a few times. Not quite a few, but like maybe over a handful of times. Maybe 2 handfuls of times I've taken my dolls to work with me. At my other school, I had a coworker. She loved them, and she's actually came and like grabbed one for Oh, I gotta go to the live. Okay, let me finish this real quick. Um, what is your main doll collection? The Reborn dolls. What is your favorite thing about collecting? I just like having these guys. They're freaking amazing. I mean, how fun is that to have a little baby that doesn't poop or cry and sleeps all the time, and you can dress up in super cute outfits? And who was your first Dolly channel? It was um uh Steph at In Love with Reborns 2011. Yeah, and then I joined her lives all the time too, and I met a bunch of you cool people. And that's how I know all my first friends, like Alicia and Jess and Tammy, um like the first few that I grabbed onto at from on Instagram. Like we were chatting over on the live, and with Steph, and then I would find them on Instagram and add them to my Instagram. So yeah, a bunch of you guys from there. But I gotta go so I can jump on Leisha's live. So thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you really enjoyed this, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and come back and see me sometime. I'll definitely have more miniatures, and I'll definitely have more babies. All right, I love y'all. Bye.